Kanye West, he has made a statement that I cannot just turn away from or not address. Now, Kanye West has been on Twitter just saying a bunch of crap, personally. He takes a picture with that Make America Great Again hat. He stirs that up. Then he's promoting another self-hater by the name of Candace Owens. Okay, so now he done all that. And I made my comments on social media. You follow me on Twitter. You follow me on Instagram. I made my comments there. Didn't make a video. But what Kanye West stated at TMZ just recently, it's something that none of us with any kind of pride in ourselves as black people could not idly sit by and not address. So Kanye West went on that program that's owned by Warner Brothers, and he stated that slavery was a choice. And I wish I was making that up, but let's just roll that little short clip.
You hear about slavery for 400 years. For 400 years, that sounds like a choice. Like, you was there for 400 years and it's all of y'all?
Now, everything that I'm going to state is mostly going to go to Kanye West himself, but I also got to address issues with us along with that. Now, Kanye West, you have forgotten. You have forgotten who you are and the people that you're surrounding yourself with. Let's go all the way back, Kanye, when you stated after Hurricane Katrina and you noticed George Bush didn't send any help for the brothers and sisters in New Orleans and how they were just dying. And when you was up there next to Mike Myers and you stated that George Bush did not care about black people. At that time period, Kanye, the same people that you rolling around with that's wearing those Make America Great Again hats, they was calling you all kind of N-words. Do you remember that, Kanye? Because I remember when they was calling you that. Let's go on to the awards show. And you went snatch the microphone and you did what you did to Taylor Swift. Remember that? I do. And them same people that's wearing Make America Great Again hats was calling you the N-word. You was all kind of N-words. And they were making death threats towards you for what you done. Now you forget all about that. You forget about the community that helped support your music. Because those Make America Great Again people wasn't supporting your music. They wasn't going to your shows. They wasn't propping you up. It was the black community. But see, you forget about that. Now you're doing the things you're doing today. And for you to get on national television and state slavery was a choice. And then you tried to act like you was smart and tried to add to it. That's the sorry thing that you was doing, making it just worse. And they said that and they stayed quiet and they let you just hang yourself with this. Well, let's talk about that, Kanye. So Kanye, you mean to tell me that they chose to get on those boats? That was a choice. They chose to get in chains. They chose to be at the bottom of ships for 3 months. They chose that. They chose to be in the bottom of ships with a bunch of feces, rats, roaches. They chose that. They chose to die in the bottom of them ships because a lot of them didn't even make it over here. That was a choice, Kanye. That was a choice. And why aren't you referring to the many brothers and sisters that fought back on the boats? Some of them jumped overboard and said, I'd rather die than be a slave. Why would they have to make that particular choice for themselves at that point in time? Because they didn't have no choice in going to be a slave, so they wanted to die. Most people not going to just want to die like that, Kanye. You not going to want to die like that. They get over here. Did they have a choice to be put in the auction? Did they have a choice? Did they have a choice to have their names taken away? Did they have a choice in having their religions taken away? Did they have a choice in their languages being taken away from them, Kanye? Was all that a choice for those people? Your ancestors and mine, was that a choice? Was it a choice for them to work sun up and sun down for no money? Was it a choice for them to be beaten? Was it a choice for them to be raped? Men, women, and children being raped. Was that a choice, Kanye? What about families that were being broken apart? Selling the kids off, selling the husband and wife up. Was that a choice too, Kanye? I just want to know, was that a choice? Because last time I checked, it wasn't a choice. What about all the medical experiments they did on black people? How these white doctors were begging to buy slaves from the plantation owners so they can do gross medical experiments on these black people with no anesthesia. Was that a choice, Kanye? The last time I checked, slavery was the law of the land. You want to refer to Harriet Tubman when she said that she freed a lot of slaves, but she could have freed a lot more if they knew they were slaves. Do you know people were born into slavery, and from the time they were little babies until their death, that's all they knew is slavery? And that's what they thought, that's who they lot were in life? That's why they didn't know they were slaves? Kanye? What about all the brothers and sisters that did fight back? What about the ones that ran and told master when they were trying to plot to go get at master? What about that? What about all these house slaves? There was all that environment that was created. We got a whole different color scheme interjected into our group because of the raping of slave master. Was all that a choice, Kanye? I guess it was a choice of Martin Luther King to get killed, according to you, because you probably say that, well, if he didn't speak up for black people, he'd still be alive today. Martin Luther King knew it was no choice. He couldn't sit around and just be in that position. He needed to do something. Malcolm X didn't have a choice. The brothers in the civil rights movement didn't have a choice either. See, this situation you saying it's a choice is sick because it's not rooted in facts. And then you know the most dangerous thing, Kanye, that you're doing? You put this out here and you literally have people pondering this. You have people discussing this like this is some great intellectual thing that you stated, that slavery was a choice. That's the most dangerous thing I'm watching. I just sat back and wanted to watch all these people on YouTube, on the blogs, on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, all these people just having conversations. I'm talking about black folks pondering what you're saying. What you stated, Kanye West, was blasphemous. It is blasphemous to all our ancestors. It is a spit in the face to all our ancestors. It's a big F them to all our ancestors. And we in the black community, we have to, when I talk about not forgiving, because we got to do that. We got to not to forgive certain things. This is what I tell you, don't forgive white supremacists. Don't forgive black people like Kanye when they cross the line like this. Kanye, it went way past the shucking and jiving for me. He went into a different territory with this. I don't care if he tried to explain it away or whatever. Any black person got some pride in themselves would not hear nothing Kanye West is saying, not going to come to his defense, not going to listen to his music or anything that he got going on because he's so disrespectful. And you know what makes me more angry than anything? As black people, and I just go say, I get angry, especially as black men. We have gotten to the point that we are so cowardice. My God, even the well-to-do black men that got money, they don't need to bow down to nothing. They don't fear losing a job or whatever, like maybe an everyday brother would fear. This guy got money and he's still bowing down. Why? Even Donald Trump haven't even said what this idiot is saying. He haven't said that, but he said it. You sit up and disrespect your ancestors, and I see no other race doing this. None. I don't see the Jews going out there saying, oh, the Holocaust, it was a choice. I don't see them saying that. The best of every other group aren't coming out here disrespecting their ancestors like that. But leave it up to some black man. He'll do it. And I, as a dark-skinned black man, go call this out. Some of your biggest sellouts are dark-skinned people. Some of you ones that promote the biggest detriment to our community is going to be dark-skinned black people. I'm going to tell you that. Case in point, Candace Owens. Case in point, Kanye. They have so much self-hate when they look in the mirror and they think bowing down to massa and wearing a Make America Great Again hat or being a free thinker is something that's new. Please, you're just being a house Negro. That's all you being. You're not freeing anything. You're just bowing down to massa. That's all you're doing. Like, why are you trying to pretty it up, calling it free thinking? Just say I'm a house Negro. That's all I am, and I'm happy, and I'm proud to be a house Negro, and that's what it is. It's just that simple. It just frustrates me. It's like time after time after time. Black men, especially. You just embarrass me. You got the two brothers with the Starbucks. Go through all that. Everybody sitting up there defending them. And what do? Take a $1 settlement from the city and some $200,000 for a youth program. I'm like, are you kidding me? I said, man, black men are just, man, what's wrong with y'all? This is why nobody respect you. It's because you so much of a coward. You bow your knee all the time to massa when he ain't even asking you to. That's the thing. He ain't even asking you to do it, and you go do it. And then you want to complain what the women are doing, but look at the lead that you're showing them. Go bow down to another man. You want to talk about the bed winching problem? Black men, there's a lot of the problem with that. You sit up there shucking and jiving from another man. You're bowing your knee to another man. You're kissing his feet everywhere you go. Kanye just kissing the feet of massa. Why would any woman respect that? You kissing the feet of another man. Who respects that? And then because I'm saying this, oh, it's going to be a problem. Now I'm saying this. You know I'm right. 100% right. Black men, and the reason why I come at you the most is because you're supposed to be the leader. Do you know how sad it is when you have a man like Kanye West, they have no reason to bow down to nobody, go and do this? And then disrespect the black community at the same time, and then some of y'all even discussing what he's saying? Y'all discussing this? I see why some people just throw their hands up with a lot of people in the black community who are black. I see why. Man, and I hate to even bring this up, but every 5 minutes I have somebody in my comment section, who are Hebrew Israelites, and I ain't got nothing against y'all. But every 5 minutes they keep saying, Deuteronomy 28 that they cursed. Like, it making me start to believe them. Like, who does this? No other race does this stuff. No other race is bowing down to them. Other races, I see what they do. They shuck and jive with them playing the game. I see what they're doing, but we not playing the game. A lot of us, we just want to be accepted by them. It's about acceptance, and that's gonna make it. That's why when I did that stream a while back with Cynthia G, and it's the truth. The white man is God to black people for the most part. Not all, definitely not to me, but for the most part, if you sit up there and want white acceptance, then he your God. What's the point of going to church for? Just give your tithes and offerings to the white man. That's your God. Kanye is just one part of the problem. He's not the whole problem. He's not. Kanye is part of the black community. He's a black community problem. Candace Owens, she's not the problem. We have a lot of people in our group who think this way, who act this way. And let me tell you what these folks do. That's the people they want to give those national platforms so they can put out a propaganda, because with them it's a propaganda. Because if you paid attention when Kanye was talking, that Harvey Levin just sitting up there just looking, and he know good where everything he's saying is BS. Was like, let him say it. We can't say it, but let him say it. And you wonder why when you go to different parts of the world and they have a certain thought process about you. That's why. So now all over the world, people going to think, well, the slavery you guys went through, it probably was a choice. Because Kanye West said it. We have no pride in ourselves, and it's evident. You let everybody else come into our culture and disrespect it. And then look at you and tell you it's for everybody. You support everybody else taking from you. And they take from you and become more popular than you and make more money than you with your own stuff. Why? Because you don't have pride within yourself to protect what you have and what you have created. It's all over the place. Like, what's going on with black people in America? Have you given up? Because the show looked like it to me. Where's the fight in you? Where's the fight? Where's the respect? Where's the pride? Where's the love of yourself? You guys threw it out the window somewhere? You had to. Because brothers and sisters in the 80s, they wasn't acting like this. Brothers and sisters in the 90s, they wasn't acting like this. But I noticed when it crossed over to the year 2000, that group, y'all lost y'all minds. And I'm not talking about the young people either. I'm talking about just the ones that got ushered into that group. This is why these people are throwing you out of restaurants now. This is why these people are literally, that's what a lot of them are calling you N-words to your face. This is why we seeing lynchings again in Atlanta last week, right? This is why. Because they know you are the weakest that they've probably ever seen you. You have all this so-called freedom, but yet you bowing down more than what they were doing during the civil rights movement. And they wasn't bowing down like that. And they didn't have the rights and privileges you have today. Everything that those brothers and sisters fought for, you literally making their deaths be in vain. The lynchings they went through in vain. All those people that suffered for you. And this is what you come out and do. Slavery is a choice. Telling black people that you don't suffer anything, Candace Owens. This is what they do. I'm just so disgusted. I'm disgusted just as a black man. Just disgusted completely. I am. And I know I'm not the only black person that feel this way, but I am sick and tired of the cowardice. I'm sick and tired of you not having pride within yourself or pride within your group. I'm sick of you trying to beg for validation and brownie points from massa. I'm sick of it. I'm sick of it. When black people going to actually have things to themselves? When you going to protect what you create? When are you going to say, hey, it's about us for a change? And when you going to respect your ancestors? Because nobody else does this. You know, even white folks, they still have respect for the slave masters. They don't talk crap about slave masters, do they? And they know how evil they were. They still don't talk crap about them. They respect the evil of their ancestors, but we can't respect anything that our ancestors went through because we'll say it's a choice. Now, what their ancestors did, that was completely a choice. They chose to do all that mess to us. But the ones who suffered it, their children are going to say, oh, yeah, it's a choice. I don't know, man. I'm done with Kanye West. He is done to me. It's blasphemous. Everything he stated about black people, I don't hear his explanation. I don't hear crap. You should feel the same way too. He crossed the line way too far. It's too far. There's no coming back from that when you disrespect us in that manner. But leave me a comment. Let me know what you think about Kanye West. And do you feel like me? Are you sick and tired of the cowardice? Are you sick and tired of us not having pride, not loving ourselves? And let's just keep it real. Do you see a lot of dark-skinned people like myself being the biggest sellouts versus anyone else in our group?